This activity, called Bible Story Wall of Bricks, will help the children review the Bible story and remember the main point for the lesson. Now for this example, we'll be using lesson 1, which is God has a plan for me. But each time you do this activity, you'll substitute in the Bible story and the main point for the specific lesson that you're teaching. Now during the activity, the kids will work around the room and find different bricks that have pictures from the Bible story or objects from the Bible story on the brick. You'll be working through the Bible story in different sequences, and with each sequence you'll have a question for the kids. Now preschoolers don't often generate their own answers to questions, so you'll want to spend some time helping them discover the answers rather than just giving them the answers. As the kids think through the story, it'll help solidify the story in their minds and help them remember it better after the lesson is over. Now once you have the entire wall assembled with all the bricks that are around the room, you'll go through the Bible story one more time so they get the entire flow of the story. To lead the activity, you'll say something like this. Who can tell me what we're learning today? You guys remember? We're learning that God has a plan for... Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's say it together, okay? God has a plan for me. Good job, guys. Now, we learned a Bible story today, didn't we? We watched one on the TV. Do you remember? Yeah? And that Bible story is about a little baby. Do you guys remember his name? Started with the M. Moses. Yeah, that's right. Very good. Okay, and Moses was born when they were in Egypt, right? And Egypt had a king whose his name's actually kind of hard. It sounds like, this is what it starts with. You remember a king?
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, good job. Okay, now do you guys see anywhere on these pictures laying around a picture of Pharaoh anywhere? I don't think I have one over here. Oh, Sam, do you have one? Does this look like him, guys?
Yep.
Yeah? Yeah, that is him. Very good. Okay. Well, we're doing this series on construction, and we've been building a lot of things, right? And some walls and things like that. So we're going to build a wall with our Bible story on it. And so this will be our first brick. I'm just going to put it right here. And as we talk through our Bible story, we'll see if we can build the rest of this wall and build our whole story out, okay? All right. Now, the king was Pharaoh, and Pharaoh did want to hurt some of the babies in the land who were boys. And Moses was a baby boy, so Pharaoh kind of wanted to hurt Moses a little bit, right? Do you guys remember his mom? What did she do with Moses? Did she let him get hurt?
No.
No, she hit him, didn't she? Do you guys see a picture of Moses' mom anywhere? I think we've got one somewhere. Anybody see? Oh, Sam, you got that one too? Does that look like her? It does look like her. You guys remember in our story how one day Moses got too big to hide, right? And even though it was going to make her sad, she was going to have to get Moses out of her house. That way he wouldn't get hurt by Pharaoh. And so this is a picture of her taking him out of the house. Now, do you remember what she did with him when she got him out of the house? What did she make?
Basket.
A basket, yeah. Do we see a basket anywhere? James, is it behind you? No? Oh, this is it. Isn't this the basket? Do you guys remember earlier when we played I Spy that it was on the wall and we found it? Yeah, this is the same basket that Moses' mom put him in. And that basket floated down the river and it got stuck in what? Do you remember? Was it mud?
No, it's those plants.
Oh, it was plant. Yeah, James, I think you said it. Yeah, it was plants. Let's see if we can find those plants. I think they're around here somewhere too. Oh, look at that. They're back here. Very good. These are the ones, right? Now you'll continue through the Bible story, allowing each of the kids to find the different objects, answer the questions about the story, and talk through the different elements of the story. Once you have all the bricks placed together for your Bible story and you've had a chance to work through each of the sequences, you'll go through the Bible story one more time as a whole unit so they get the idea from beginning to end. So you'll close the activity something like this. All right, guys, we did a great job building the wall, so let's talk through our story one more time. Everybody scoot up real quick. Get nice and close. Okay, so you guys remember at the beginning that Moses was born and there was a mean king in the land named Pharaoh. And that king was trying to hurt all the babies. And so Moses' mom had to hide Moses, you remember? And so she hid him as long as she could, but he got too big, and so she had to take him out of their house. So she made a basket for him. That way she could put him in the river and he could float down the river. When the basket floated down the river, it stopped when it hit some grass like that. And when it was in the grass, Pharaoh's daughter came, and she saw the basket, and she pulled Moses out of the water, right? And so when she pulled him out, she took him home, and when he was big enough, she adopted him and made him her own son. Now, God knew when Moses was a little bitty baby that one day Moses was going to lead the people Israel out of Egypt. And so God had a plan for Moses' life. And even when he was a baby, God knew that Moses would lead the people out of Egypt. Well, just like God had a plan for Moses' life, God has a plan for your life too. So today we're learning that God has a plan for me, which means that God knows who we're going to be when we grow up, and he has a plan for what we're going to do in our lives. Isn't that really neat? Now, as you're walking through the story, obviously you'll take a little bit more time and go a little slower, but the main point on the second part here is to make sure the kids get the story from start to end.